Tonight, I want to go back to answering some of the questions I commonly get asked when I do seminars or podcasts. And so the question I want to deal with tonight is, where do I find safe people? And so basically it's based on the fact that when people begin to realize that you can't heal trauma alone, but you can only heal trauma if you're with safe people. And so you need to develop a surrogate family, a support group of safe people. They begin to go, yeah, I get it, but where do I find these safe people? A huge issue, because we live in a world where there's lots of supports available for people today, but that doesn't mean they're super healthy. So many people in these support systems are very unhealthy themselves, or they don't get complex trauma. And so they end up potentially giving more hurt in the long run than they actually help. And many of you have experienced that over and over again. So this is a very complex topic. There's a lot of factors that need to be considered. And so I'm going to come at it again from a couple different angles, but hopefully by the end you'll start to get a picture of where can I find safe people? How do I go about finding safe people? But I have to begin here. Often when I get asked this question, what people are hoping for is that there's some magical solution out there where they're going to quickly and easily find a group of safe people they can join and life will just be wonderful. And they somehow can bypass having to go through the slow, messy, gradual process of getting to know people gradually, filtering out the unhealthy from the healthy, the safe from the unsafe. They just think there's maybe a way to bypass that very slow, frustrating process and just magically find safe people. But what I want you to understand is there is no bypass. The only way to find safe people is to go through this very gradual, slow process. And so you have to start by accepting that. So let me explain the process. If you can begin by understanding 4 levels of friendship. So when we meet a person for the first time and we say hi to them and we like them, we would call that an acquaintance. So now we know their name, a little bit about them, but it's pretty superficial. It's really on the surface, and we don't talk very deeply about anything. It's just very much the weather, sports, job, that kind of stuff. That can then develop, if we really like this person, to the next level of friendship where we go a little deeper, and it's a casual friendship. Now we like spending time with this person, doing stuff. We can talk about a bit more information. It's not super deep yet. It's more focused on common activities, but it's a bit of deeper sharing, common interests, some camaraderie is developing. That can then go to a third level, which is a close friendship. So what you can see at the acquaintance level, you can have hundreds of people. Casual, fewer people. Close, now you're starting to get even fewer people. And now you just enjoy spending time with this person. You don't necessarily need something to do. It's just you enjoy talking. You share about a lot of different things. You're able to open up about most of the stuff in your life. There's a person that seems quite safe to talk about those things. Then from that close friendship, sometimes we even go to a deeper level of friendship, and that's the soulmate. That's the person we can just be totally open with about everything. The person that we just feel this common beating of hearts, the shared passions deep down, going the same direction in life with the same values. This is a person that I can bare my soul to and not be judged, but be totally accepted. So we might get 1 or 2 people in our life that fit the soulmate category. So as you go deeper in the friendship level, you're sharing more, the intimacy is getting deeper, you're feeling safer. That's the process. Everybody you meet, though, starts at an acquaintance level. You meet them for the first time, you get to know a wee bit about them. Out of that pool of hundreds, you pick a few that you get to know at a casual level. Out of that pool, you pick some that you then get to know at a close friendship level. Out of that pool, you find a safe soulmate. So what I want you to realize is everybody starts at the same level. You only move to a deeper level if there's some criteria that they're meeting. And that's what we need to sort out. There's something in us that feels good with this person, safe with this person, that this is somebody we want to get to know at a more intimate level. But they go down this thing. Now, if it's in a healthy relationship, they only move out of acquaintance to casual to close to soulmate if I find they're safe and there's a deepening connection. We're on the same page. There's shared passions and belief. Those become the criteria. So what am I checking for? What are these criteria if I was to itemize it? So as you meet a person, there's something in you that is checking for, hopefully, red flags. So is this person, is it all about them? Do they treat others as inferior? Are they condescending? Are they controlling? Are they manipulative? Do they have some temper issues? Are they disrespectful? Oh, if so, whoa, okay, this is not a safe person. This is not a healthy person. And they stay at an acquaintance level. So I'm checking whether they're healthy. Now, I might not have a very good criteria list or radar based on my childhood as to check for healthy, but that's hopefully what I will develop. Then I'm looking for somebody, can I connect with them? Are they capable of healthy attachment, of secure attachment, intellectually, emotionally, spiritually? Are they able to connect on all kinds of different levels? That is so essential. And then can I be authentic? And do they accept me in my authentic self? So those criteria become so important in determining, does a person move from an acquaintance level to a casual level to a close friendship level to a soulmate? I am vetting them without even realizing it. But that is what is happening. So let's say you meet somebody and you like them and you start to develop a casual friendship, but all of a sudden you realize they're not respecting my boundaries. And so you begin to go, okay, this person's going to remain at a casual friendship. I can't have a person like this as a close friend if they're not going to respect my boundaries. So they stay as a casual friend. Or let's say you have somebody else that you're getting to know, they're a casual friend, but you begin to realize that they always have to be in a superior position to you. They always got to be helping you, giving you advice, talking down to you in some way. And you begin to realize, that's not healthy. Okay, that person's going to stay as a casual friend. They're not going to go to a close friend. So let's say you've got friend 3, something else, friend 4, friend 5, friend 6, friend 7. You go through 10 to 20 people before you finally find somebody safe enough to go to a close friendship. That's the process. But it might take you a year of going through 10 to 20 people before you find that safe friend. That's what I'm talking about with this slow, messy, gradually getting to know, vetting process, finding safe people. But that is the process. You can't bypass it. That's the reality. You have to go through this time and work and realize that many of your friendship attempts are never going to move beyond acquaintance or casual. And that's going to be frustrating. Most of your friendship attempts are not going to end in success of close friendship or soulmate. That is the reality. Now, that then means I'm going to feel lonely for periods of time, discouraged with the process. It might even trigger my shame where I figure maybe it's always my problem. I'm the problem. I guess I'll never have a friend because I'm not good enough. But if you accept that this is the process, this is the only way to get a safe person. It takes time. It takes hard work. It takes vetting. It takes setting boundaries with people, sifting through all kinds of people before you find a safe friend. If you accept that process and are willing to do it, over the course of a year or so, you will find safe people.